Hey, welcome to Film vs. Movie, the podcast where we debate the cinema you hate. I'm your co-host, Belton Delane Facey.
And my name's Chris Scher.
And on this podcast, we watch the films that have been slandered, desecrated, and got their science defunded by public opinion. And one of us tells you why it's actually pretty good.
And the other one's going to tell you why it's a steaming pile of shit.
And today, we discuss an early 2000s entry into the superhero genre, 2005's Fantastic Four, which... this episode is coming out a few days before another Fantastic Four movie. I feel like Fantastic Four fans really need a win with this one.
Yeah, they've got nothing.
Yeah.
Was Rise of the Silver Surfer good?
It was considered better than this one.
Oh, okay. I thought this one was fine. Like it was fine in that way that like I wouldn't have been upset paying early 2000s movie ticket prices to go see it.
Yeah, I feel like it's enjoyable if it's just like on TV for the night. I do feel if it was made now that there's a lot more to the superhero genre, it would have had more room to really do what it wants.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into the plot. So we open on Reed Richards and Ben Grimm pitch to Science and Tech CEO Victor Von Doom to use his space station to test the effects of incoming cosmic clouds on biosamples. Doom greenslight the project, but puts on the crew Sue Storm, who is his head of genetic testing, as well as Reed's ex-girlfriend, and her brother Johnny, who used to have Ben as a commanding officer in like either the NASA program or the military, and Sue's brother. And by the way, I have to say the way Johnny is introduced is such a 2000s way. The first shot of him, he is riding a motorcycle next to a girl driving a convertible, and they're just making out.
Yeah, well, he had to be cool, Belton. The thing about Johnny Storm?
Yes.
Johnny Storm? All right, I'm sorry. I just need to... No, I'll get to it. The thing about Johnny Storm is he's a badass, cool character, and how are you going to show that unless he's doing badass, cool stuff? And you know, the most badass and cool thing, not following road safety rules.
Yeah.
Pushing the limit of makeouts. Like
yeah, it really was like this early 2000s stuff of like helmets are for nerds.
Helmets are for nerds, and I'm gonna go make out with chicks.
Yeah, it's like Johnny Bravo was kind of like the blueprint for all this stuff. It was just like, oh, it's okay to like do this dangerous stuff and like say all this slick stuff to women as long as you're good looking.
Yeah, and yeah. I was about to say, and not a predator, but there's plenty of those in lots of films. So,
so they arrive in space, start setting up the experiment, but the cosmic clouds start coming early. It strikes them, and when they get back to Earth, they all develop powers. Sue is able to become invisible and create force fields. Johnny is able to just light on fire and shoot fire at will. Reed is able to stretch, and Ben becomes the Thing, which is just like a human rock. I don't want to say monster because that portrays like the essence of the story, but I'm having a hard time coming up with another word.
Abomination.
I feel like that's the same category as monster.
Well, like he's a nice guy, but
yeah, but it's like whatever. If you're listening to this, odds are you are aware of the Fantastic Four. You know who the Thing is.
Like he's a tanky character.
Yeah,
battle damage sponge. I don't know.
It feels like I'm saying these powers as a common courtesy to the listeners. Like if you don't know who the Fantastic Four is, just Google it.
Yeah,
please. Yeah. So when Ben turns into the thing. The first he breaks out of the facility. They're at to go see his fiance. She runs away from him. So while he's sitting on the Brooklyn Bridge sulking, he there's a man that comes up about to jump off. While convincing the man not to jump off, he accidentally creates a pileup. The other three come in, contain the damage, and save lives, and the whole news crew there deems them heroes. Ben's fiance comes up to him on the bridge during this whole thing just to give back her ring.
Yeah. So she saw a news story about her fiance being heroic and like being heralded, and she was like, let me go just dump his ass in front of everyone.
Yeah, honestly, so thinking about like all the practicalities that went beyond that, it's like this isn't part of like any actual criticism. This is just fun nitpicking. Like she saw the whole that whole sequence of events could have been longer than, let's say, 45 minutes.
She didn't even watch him.
Yeah.
She was just like, oh, there's that ugly bastard.
Yeah.
And called an Uber.
I know. She just got like an alert on the Citizens app. It's like, there's a pileup on the Brooklyn Bridge. He's like, I bet it's this motherfucker.
Like, mail it to where he works.
Yeah.
He's probably hanging out with the stretchy doctor. Just mail it to where he works with a note that says like, hey, I'm sorry, this is just a little too much for me.
Yeah, it's like, because also she's coming from the other way on the Brooklyn Bridge. She didn't even get there with the flow of traffic. Have you been on the Brooklyn Bridge? There's just no connection between the two roadways unless you're a maintenance worker.
And she wouldn't even put it in his hand. Didn't she set it on the ground in front of him?
I know, because of his big fingers, he couldn't pick it up.
Like you're giving a treat to a stray dog. Like, I don't mean to like pile on this woman, but I don't think that a Marvel movie has made a more unlikable woman secretly. Like they may have tried to pitch someone as an unlikable woman, but it's this woman. It is just a nasty piece of work.
Yeah, usually for like the internet to give a current Marvel woman as much hate as we're giving this woman right now, racism has to be involved.
Yeah, like I didn't even hate Julie Louis-Dreyfus in the new Thunderbolts that much. I was like, okay, she's a villain, but like she's fun and quirky.
Yeah,
but I would watch someone do something evil and be like, oh, well, that's an evil guy. That's just what he does. But like watching a regular person break Michael Chiklis's heart, I'm like, this woman needs to be drawn and quartered.
Yeah, because also we don't really see them interact as a couple. We just know Ben is ride or die for Reed.
Yeah.
Like there are moments in this movie, Reed and Victor are having a confrontation. Ben is ready to just punch Victor in the face and ask questions later.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, after the whole bridge thing, the media dubs them the Fantastic Four. Meanwhile, Victor is dealing with a shareholder fallback from the whole incident with the space station. He tries to exploit the group's newfound fame for the company, but shareholders pull out. Anyway, after the whole thing with Ben's fiance, Reed promises him he'll find a way to reverse the effects. They all move into Reed's lab for testing. They get into like superpower shenanigans and stuff. Then Johnny gets sick of being stuck in the house. So on his own, he goes to this BMX show that's televised on TV. He just shows up and they let him on a bike because he's famous now. Which
Oh, I thought he was like a professional motorbike rider, and he was showing up for a gig he had already been booked on.
Oh no, I thought he just showed up.
Cause I thought the woman was like, "What you got for us now this time, Johnny?" And Johnny's like, "I got a lot. I got new stuff."
Oh, because they introduced him as a member of the Fantastic Four, so I just assumed he just showed up.
Oh, I see. I thought it was like they're just doing like basic hype man work.
Oh yeah, because I don't think they had anything to establish his like already existing BMX career.
No, they didn't. I was just that was my take from the one sentence that one woman said.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, because I'm thinking like practicality standpoint. There's no way their insurance will cover anything.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like, so Vanilla Ice was a rapper. He's also like one of the most prolific jet ski and ATV racers.
Yeah.
So like that's what I picture Johnny Storm as, is essentially Vanilla Ice. Like a minor celebrity personality who has extreme sports mixed in with everything.
I did not think of that.
Oh, okay.
All right. So yeah, while doing the BMX show, it's like everyone else sees this from the house. He does this interview thing where he gives everyone nicknames. Acts a fool basically, and so they all go down to confront him. Afterwards, Ben goes to a bar, meets a blind woman named Alicia. They start getting into each other. Meanwhile, Victor Von Doom starts turning into a metal man with electric powers and plots revenge on them because from his perspective, them, especially Reed, ruined his life. So he drives a wedge between Reed and Ben. Afterwards, Reed decides to test the machine to reverse their powers on himself, but it fails. He deems he needs more power, and so Victor gets Ben in the machine, uses his abilities to power the machine, and it successfully reverses the effects. So he immediately gets rid of Ben, starts torturing Reed, and then to get rid of Johnny, just shoots a heat-seeking missile at this like apartment Johnny and Sue are at. So Johnny goes flame on, flies around, gets it to hit this like trash barge in the middle of the Hudson, and so like Ben gets his power back. They all take down Victor together, and then cut to later. The group enjoys their fame, and Reed and Sue get engaged.
Yeah, he really did just shoot a missile launcher.
Yeah. It's funny because like in the movie, like they add a quick line, which like considering at this point Doom is wearing a mask, it could have simply been ADR, but he's like, this is from our defense contracts, as if he just has that lying around.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the production.
All right,
stuff.
so production. History. So we previously mentioned this when talking about like Madam Web, Daredevil, Ghost Rider, but you know throughout the 90s, Marvel Comics was was going bankrupt, so they sold off a lot of the movie rights to their popular characters. So the Fantastic Four. Their rights were actually purchased back in 1986 by a German producer named Bernd Eichinger. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. So this is not the first live action Fantastic Four film. So in 1992, the option to rights were set to expire unless he put a film into production. So he did that, gave it a budget of $1 million. In 1994, there were full trailers and marketing release in movie theaters. They had the cast do a press junket. but seemingly none of the cast members were aware this movie was never going to get released. It was made solely just to retain the rights. I know some people online have found like a bootleg version, but it's like that was technically the first live action Fantastic Four movie. And
That's crazy.
yeah,
Could you find it?
I have not.
Okay.
Mm.
If any listeners have access to this bootleg Fantastic Four, send it our way.
Yeah, I just want to experience this movie, but after that, 20th Century Fox attained the rights by buying those film reels. So they tried to get a Fantastic Four movie made as early as 1995. A couple names that were at some point attached to direct was Chris Columbus, who famously made Home Alone and the first Harry Potter movie. So around that time, he might have like left this to do Harry Potter instead. And another name, Sean Astin, who many people may know as an actor from things like The Goonies and Lord of the Rings. He apparently tried to direct this despite no directing experience or familiarity with the comics, apparently because he wanted to get in directing and he knew, like, you know what, if you make a big name movie like that and succeed, like the demand for you will be high afterwards.
Wait, who was he in Lord of the Rings?
I know people are going to persecute me for not knowing names. I think the character's name is Sam, Frodo's best friend.
Oh, Samwise the Good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. And coincidentally enough, Robert Downey Jr. was considered for the role of Doctor Doom, which he would go on to play Iron Man, but last year he was announced as Doctor Doom in the MCU. How that will work is yet to be seen.
Yeah, I have faith in Robert Downey Jr. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, so the film would eventually be directed by Tim Story, who is mostly known for comedies. He's directed films such as Barbershop, Ride Along, and The Blackening. It was written with two writers, Mark Frost, who most famously co-created Twin Peaks with David Lynch, and Michael France, who also worked on some other Marvel projects of that time, including the 2003 Hulk movie and 2004 Punisher. And so they actually did rewrites on this because The Incredibles came out the previous year and apparently had various plot points that they felt were too similar. Which is funny because, like, I've seen a lot of people say, like, to this day, The Incredibles is actually the best Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah. I think that actually tracks pretty well.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, so this movie would come out July 8th, 2005 on a budget of $100 million. It made $333 million at the box office. Currently stands at a 27% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 5.7 on IMDb. It would get a sequel 2 years later, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. And it did get one Razzie nominee for Jessica Alba. She played Sue Storm. However, this was combined with her performance in a different film that year called Into the Blue.
I remember Into the Blue. That's where they're scuba diving and they find the plane wreck full of cash. Or is that the one with the smart sharks?
I have never actually seen this movie, so both of those are equally plausible to me.
All right.
All right. Well, now it's time for our opening statements. I will be attacking this film and Chris will be defending.
Yep. I'll start. Fantastic Four is a solid early aughts fun for the whole family. A tale of found family and self-acceptance that will keep you on the edge of your seat.
Maybe this was born in the wrong decade, but Fantastic Four is simply one film stuck in another movie's body. Not allowed the nuance of modern superhero films, there was a clear struggle in finding its identity that's still lost. The result is a story of characters that become misfit with each other. Yeah, so I want to start off by saying, like, I feel, especially given the director's other work, I feel this is kind of a family comedy stuck in the superhero genre, where at this point in the early 2000s wasn't as diverse as we know it now. Like I feel like this film wanted its contemporary to be something like Freaky Friday, but they went into it knowing it would naturally be Spider-Man 2.
It's not the take I got. I agree with you in the fact that it doesn't feel like they wanted to fully make a superhero movie. They wanted to make like a found family sort of build 'em up movie. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of weird plot points. I just like to hit a couple of them. Dr. Doom agrees to take Reed Richards up to a space station just so he can personally cuck him in person by proposing to his ex-girlfriend in front of him while his experiment fails. Like, weird. I don't know if that's rom-com setup.
I mean, it's definitely. I feel like that's kind of there to just make him the bad guy, but it's like throughout the film does seem more interested in these like smaller like antics with superpowers, because like there are like multiple sequences of just like fun around the house with powers. Like they have the testing sequence where it's like they're doing X-rays on the thing, and he's like, I used to smoke. Did you think of that? Or where like he's asking Sue of like, can you think of anything that would make you angry? And the shot is like the magnifying glass on Reed Richards' face, and she's just like, yeah, I can try. Like, it's stuff like that I feel like the movie's much more interested in. Like, with Victor Von Doom proposing to Sue in the space station, that part actually makes sense to me. You own a space station with this great view. Name a better place for a proposal.
Not in front of her ex-boyfriend.
All right, to be fair, Reed was out the room. Then he burst back in because it was an emergency.
Yeah, you're probably right about that. I get it, yeah, but also I just feel like superhero movies at that period were treated as trash, and so none of them took it very seriously. They're like, we're just gonna like slap this together. It's gonna have some witty remarks. We're gonna fart out a basic plot, and we're gonna make $330 million. And we're never gonna be able to use this as a movie that shows we're a good director, we're a good actor. So why would we put a lot of care into it?
I mean, the thing is, there were like good superhero movies by this time. I mean, you had like the early X-Men films and the Sam Raimi Spider-Man man movies, but by this point, I just think like at the time, especially with origin stories, there was just a set formula, and this movie just wanted to get through that part as quickly as possible. Like we don't have a long time establishing what everyone's life is like before they get powers. I mean, Ben has a fiance. We don't even see them interact until after he becomes
until you're like, that bitch.
Yeah. And it's like they get powers very very early on. There isn't a real like figuring out your powers montage like in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie. We see him go like, whoa, I can climb buildings, and then he's testing the limits of that. They just sort of like instantly know how to use their powers.
Yeah,
it felt like this movie was just like, all right, we just want to have fun with the powers, and it's just like that. That part is super long which is why they also don't really have a villain battle until the very end.
Yeah, they fart out that villain battle so quickly.
Oh yeah, because it's weird because Doctor Doom is one of the biggest villains in all of comics, and it feels like this movie is like they constructed and they were like, we do have to include Doctor Doom, so they give him this side plot and have him in at the end.
I thought this movie would be better. I agree with everything you're saying. I think the main antagonist should have been Michael Chiklis's wife. Like they at the very end, once they like figure they're like, oh, we can't give the Thing back his powers, but then he kind of has this moment where he's like, well, he's like, actually, I just like that woman put me at the lowest point that I've ever been in my life. And I could get rid of these amazing powers, or we all could just beat the crap out of him. All four of us. And they do, like, they set up like a villain antagonist final battle sequence, but it is just all four of them using powers to jump her. Like, brutally.
And I feel like if this movie like wanted to do like a lot of the comedy stuff it really wanted to be, there would be a moment where like Ben is back to normal, and then like she comes back and tries to get back with him, and he has this realization. It's just like, wait a minute, you already left me while I was at my lowest, and it's just like I have someone else that liked me regardless. Like, why should I get back with you?
Yeah.
And then we have a whole like Ben learns the power of self-respect moment.
I thought the blind character was a nice touch.
Yeah.
Good character. Is she like a regular in the comics?
I don't remember the comics too well, so I don't remember.
Are the Fantastic Four like regularly in space?
Not regularly in space. They do have like space adventures though.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know a thing about the Fantastic Four other than this movie.
Yeah, I mean they often deal with like cosmic stuff and other worlds because like in comics Reed is considered the smartest person in the Marvel universe.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like the way they portray him in the movie, where he's just very science first, personality second. That is pretty accurate.
Okay. I actually don't have a ton to say about this movie, other than that it's like fun and funny and had good moments. I think Michael Chiklis did an amazing job.
Yeah, I will agree. Like I think Michael Chiklis and Chris Evans, were, especially their dynamic, was done pretty well. I will say with Susan Storm, like I feel like it's not even fair to put this on Jessica
No.
Alba's performance, but she was not entirely developed past what she means to Victor and Reed.
Well,
Because even because like it's even to a point where like Johnny, her own brother, starts at some point starts talking about her in relation to them, because he makes some comment to Grimm. Is just like, your buddy better not be putting the moves on my sister again. It's like Victor is and so it's just like Victor is rich, powerful. Why would she go back to him? Like this is your sister. It feels weird to be talking about her like that.
I don't know. Like he probably got sick of Reed's shit and his little whiny little behavior, and he wanted his sister to be happy. And Victor Von Doom seemed like a real man.
I mean, the thing is, Victor also seems like a terrible person to hang out with.
Yeah, they're both kind of sniveling and annoying. I feel like by the end of the movie, Reed was a little more enjoyable to be around, but
yeah, because that's the thing. Like the way they portray relationships, I understand why Victor would want to be with her, because she is smart and useful to him. I have no idea why she would want to be with Victor.
yeah. Also, she didn't come off. The director of the new Fantastic Four movie, wasn't he like Sue Storm needs to be the center of it. She's really smart.
Yeah.
And Sue Storm is traditionally a very smart character. They just didn't give Sue Storm any chance to show that she's anything more than arm candy. in
Yeah,
this movie.
which is weird because they established at the very beginning she is Victor's head of like, I forget the exact term they use, genetic testing or genetic experimentation. It's like the whole thing in the movie. Reed is trying to build a device to like reverse what changed in their genetics. You think she'd be right there with him trying to solve stuff, but she's not.
Well, the only reason that she was hired, as this movie portrays it, is so Doom can cuck Reed on his cool space station. Yeah. Is this the movie? Jessica Alba came out and said she was thinking there's a point in her career where she wanted to quit acting because at one point she had a scene where she was supposed to cry and she like is capable of crying in front of a camera. And they're like, no, you look less pretty when you force yourself to cry. You look like you're crying too much. So don't cry, just don't do anything. And we're going to digitally add in a tear going down. Wait, I swear I saw this in an article recently.
I think I remember reading that. I don't know if it's this movie. I don't remember a scene where she
I think it might have been the next one.
Yeah, maybe it was that. I mean, like given how it treats her character, I wouldn't be surprised if it was this movie or the next one. Yeah, it does feel weird that like that like a character who's as smart as her and like they also portrayed her as strong will is like she also doesn't have like a want like the rest of the team has, because it's very clear Ben wants to get the effects reversed and go back to normal so he can live his life. Johnny wants to get out the house, be famous, and use his fame, and then Reed like has this guilt over everything where he wants to be able to reverse it. Is just there, like she has no desire beyond like waking up and existing.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. They didn't really give her a lot in this movie. I'm trying to like think of what they could have done. She could have helped build the chamber, I guess, would be the place to do it.
Yeah, or
like a little more in the sequence when the catastrophe happens.
Yeah, like she could have actually come in and be like, I have my own experiments. I want to run, and so and just like. And this trip is just like, okay, we're doing multiple things, because also that's how a lot of space missions actually work.
Yeah, they just went up to space for one thing, to like propose, and there's no one else on the station. Like they got up to a locked station.
Oh my god! Could you? It's like they're pulling up in the rocket ship. They just send Victor Von Doom out. He has the keys, and he has to like open up the gate like it's a bodega shop.
He's like, "Come on in. Oh, it's a little dusty. Yeah, we haven't been up here for a while." What does the company even do? What does Von Doom Industries do other than like vaguely bad stuff?
Science things.
Also, I feel like they once you put they put a space station in the sky and they invested in all the infrastructure to support it for seemingly like 15 years. I don't think it makes any sense for all the investors to pull out at once.
Yeah, that is weird. I feel like it's like, you know how in the Lego movie the villain's name is just President Business? That's how I feel this movie treated like that aspect of the plot.
Yeah.
They're just like, they're business people. They're mad because they're not making money. That's all you need to know.
hey, where's my money? You're supposed to be working hard to give me back my money.
I know, like they're all it's like costume department just dress them all like the Monopoly man, and then the director is just like, you know what, let's lose the monocle and top hat.
Because you want to know what? Victor Von Doom was right. It was they had the most successful genetic experiment in space in the history of genetic. No one even died.
Yeah,
People were just kind of hurt.
yeah, because like, you have this thing that you know causes superpowers, and he knows like Reed is in his lab, basically creating a machine to do the same thing.
Like, mind blowing. They dropped the ball on this. I am just shitting on this movie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's like you care about money. It's like you have something you can sell to the government and create super soldiers.
Fuck you. You might even win a lawsuit about merchandising right. Like the Thing figurines you could probably drop like 75 mil. You could start clawing some money back. But instead, you're just giving up on the Enterprise all at once. Like,
yeah, no, it's funny because in the sequel, like they do just like make money off of sponsorships, and it's like that's how they justify like them having money to do all the science and hero stuff. It's just like, yeah, all of that could have been yours. Like, yeah, like Reed could have still been just your employee.
Yeah. The effects were solid for the early aughts.
Yeah, in this you can see, because I know there's been talk about how with Mr. Fantastic's powers and him stretching, it's actually really hard to do that VFX wise and not get into uncanny valley. So like I noticed like in this movie and also the sequel, all his clothes stretch. Like that's how they get around it. Aside from like the very beginning when he like he shoves his hand under that door to unlock it, it's like, okay, all his clothes stretch now. He's just constantly in that uniform.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy fix. I think
Yeah.
that's fine. Wait, okay, I've got a question about Reed Richards' powers. Can he can he sit like this and just stretch his arm like that, or does he need to like throw it back like Luffy?
Oh, he can just stretch it.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it's like all and it's like all also like I feel like this movie it's clearly an ensemble movie, but just clearly doesn't know how like direct all the action, because like at some point it does lose momentum, since Ben is the only one who really wants their powers reversed, and that makes sense, because the other three are can just live normal lives, except they have super powers. Ben turned into an entirely different thing. Like they're like we see him, he can't even dial a phone because his fingers are too big. At some point, like to get a simple drink at the bar, they have to keep giving him these like metal shaker glasses, because he keeps breaking the actual glasses.
I figure like he'll figure it. I agree with your statement, but like he'll figure it out at some point.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing. It's like the whole
Wait,
thing.
say that again. That's the thing. Sorry to interrupt you. I just.
Okay, but the main thing driving the plot is this need to create a machine to reverse the effects, but it doesn't affect anyone else the same way. And I think part of that is because they went through the figuring out our powers part that's really part of a superhero origin formula really quickly. If that took up more of the movie, and we saw like how they struggle to live a normal life with those powers, then that reversing that be a driving force in the plot would make more sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, because for most of the movie, it does feel like, oh, they're just fucking around.
Yeah, I mean they are the whole time. You're like, Johnny's kind of right. Uh, that power is sick. I wish, yeah. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, they all have sick powers. The Thing even has sick powers, and I think he just didn't wait long enough to see that in reality, all women are gonna want to fuck him.
Oh yeah, he
All women, all the monster fuckers are gonna come out of the woodwork and just
oh my god, could you imagine all the stories about him that would appear on Wattpad?
yeah, like I just think he got so caught up in being unhappy about losing his fiance that we're not even talking about his powers honestly because they're sick. He can't die. If he gets hit by a train, the train stops. Like we keep saying like he's a monster, but that's like objectively an amazing way to live your life is being completely unable to be hurt.
Yeah, because also like Johnny brings up the idea of sponsors is if I was Ben, I'd be like, yeah, let's get sponsors because I don't think I want to pay for shoes anymore.
Yeah. Just like Nike could sponsor him. Every insurance company will sponsor him. No, you want protection? I know protection. Nothing protects you like State Farm.
I mean, I also imagine this in like every world of superheroes. The Fantastic Four is just a line in insurance policies, especially if you live in New York.
Yeah. How does insurance work in the Marvel universe? Do they ever talk about insurance? Is there like a whole comic series just about the overworked insurance agent who like is getting tired of going to Stark Tower?
I mean, here's the thing. I imagine like if you're if you saw the Thing just in a battle pick up your car and toss it at someone, insurance is gonna be a pain because you still have to prove that. Like you gotta wait for a police report where they go through all the wrecked cars and for them to find your VIN number because.
They're like, but my car was incinerated to dust with heat vision.
Yeah, no, because there's the part of the movie where the Thing just lands on this car while two women are in it. They get out, then he tosses it. It's like you gotta be on the phone with an insurance agent for that. It's just like that sounds exhausting.
The insurance company's like, we're not going to cover this because you said yes. They can throw your car. This is. You're like, but what about Dr. Doom? And they're like, you mean the late tragic fallen Victor Von Doom?
Yeah. Basically, if you live in New York and you try to file an insurance claim, they're gonna be like, "Well, why'd you park your car on 57th Street?" All right, you want to get into concessions?
Sure.
All right, now it's time for concessions. This is where I give 3 things I liked about the film, and Chris gives 3 things she didn't like. First one for me, I says already, but Michael Chiklis as the Thing, Chris Evans as Human Torch were great, and they really nailed the dynamic between the two of them really well. Where it's just like they do just get on each other's nerves a lot.
Yeah, they're antagonistic.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain this, but the movie felt short somehow. Maybe it's that we watched Batman versus Superman back to back right into Fantastic Four. But I was watching it and I'm like, it's fun, it's quick, it's efficient. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but it just felt kind of short.
Yeah, I do think this is on like the short end of what you expect from a superhero movie because I think this is not too much longer than 90 minutes. Let me see. Okay, so it's an hour for 46, but yeah, it does feel short. I think part of it is like the fact like the beginning is pretty quick, and then it's just like a lot of fun games.
Yeah,
without like a battle in the middle for them to reflect on.
Yeah, and everything kind of feels a little disjointed.
Yeah. And then my next concession, the antics they do with their powers are like fun and creative, and even ones done in subtle ways. And I wish like they did more of that. Like the part where like Reed tries to stop Ben and Johnny from fighting, and then Ben just punches Johnny through Reed. Like stuff like that is like subtle, but just a fun use of their abilities.
Yeah. Jessica Alba, they did nothing with her,
Yeah.
and it's kind of a shame. That's pretty much it. They wrote a one-dimensional character who's supposed to be the hot woman love interest, and I don't know. I feel like all the characters are pretty decent, except she's the one weak spot.
Yeah, because I mean, like that actually goes into like my next thing, where it's just like the way at the very beginning is like they do a great job of like succinctly introducing all the characters and giving you a feel for like personalities and like and like interpersonal conflicts and stuff, except her. Like she like you know you have Reed and Ben show up to Von Doom's office. They clearly want something from him. You see how their dynamic works. With their interactions with Doom, you get an idea of how of their history with him. And then Johnny, as mentioned before, is just riding a motorcycle, making out with a girl. Like perfectly encapsulates his personality as just like a walking, breathing Hot Wheels car. And then Sue is just kind of there and just gives these nice little pleasantries that don't really give anything about her personality.
Yeah. What was I just watching? There's an episode of The Expanse where like The Expanse is a pretty grounded show, and like it's interesting, and like there's one character that I'm progressively liking less and less, and it's not because of something he's doing in the show, but it's just like he went from like an optimistic kind of guy, and now he's just saying like cornball shit because he's slowly turning into a more pessimistic guy. But he's just like, at one point he's making out with this girl and she's like, "You don't have to kill that guy." And he's like, "Thank you. I love you because you always bring me back." And I was like, fucking lame. And they have no chemistry. And you're a captain. You need to be more like cunning.
Yeah.
Or more aggressive.
I thought that was my. Oh, I also have in my notes like I do like the design for the Thing, giving him a practical suit instead of just using CGI.
Yeah. Last one. I thought the final battle was really rushed. Like you get the chase sequence with Johnny and the missile, and then you get Sue Storm getting caught. And then the Thing turns himself back into the Thing. Then they're outside. And then they're just like, go supernova, and everything's instantly fixed pretty much.
Yeah.
There's maybe like 10 seconds of action before they come up with the plan that works. No like running, no retreats, no figuring it out. They instantly know what's going to work in that moment.
Yeah, it does feel again like one of those things like it was just like an afterthought, and they were like, all right, we gotta have a final battle, bang, power, friendship, done.
Yes.
All right, well, now it's time for our closing statements. I would like to call this the best Fantastic Four film we have for now, since the bar is so low, but we already got The Incredibles, so that's not happening. The lack of real conflict and story drive kills the momentum of this film. Hopefully we see better days for the first family of comics soon. I give this film a radiation burn.
This movie has it all. It has edgy Chris Evans and Michael Chiklis in a large suit, and most importantly, someone being cucked in low Earth orbit. It's a solid movie. I give it 7 out of 10. Girls making out on one motorcycle.
All right. Again, to be fair to like the proposal thing, if I owned a space station, that's where I would also propose to a girl. Those Instagram pics are gonna go so hard.
Would you do it in this? Would you bring the ex-boyfriend up though? Are you that shallow and petty of a man?
I would make sure he's out of the room. I don't know. Again, he's rich enough. He could have done this at any time. I would also be like, let's go on vacation to space.
I wonder what the bed situation up there. It's weird that they're all walking around like they're in
I know, like there's gravity, or I don't know. Like it's somewhat sci-fi. They could say there's artificial gravity.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this has been another episode of Film versus Movie. I'm Belton Delane Facey.
And my name's Chris Scher.
And if you like this podcast, be sure to rate us 5 stars wherever you listen. And we will see you all next time.
Thank you.